Hey guys, welcome back. This is Crystal with Emerson Aurora Design, and today I'm going to show you how I made this Cheetah Print tumbler with flowers. Started with actually this is a 30 ounce modern curved tumbler from Stainless Depot, and I'm going to do a three-way ombre with my spray paint. I'll list the colors below. I'm using two different colors of teal and white and doing them in a swirl pattern. You're going to notice as I was doing this, I was having some technical difficulties with my spray paint. That darker teal color was wanting to drip. I'm pretty impatient when it comes to my spray painting. And if I know I'm going to ultimately cover most of my paint up, I don't really mind if there's a couple little blemishes. And you'll see how I fix that here later. Sorry, this is in the shade. The wind was blowing, so I was trying to block the spray from spraying back on me. You can see a couple little drips there, but I just kind of went with it, and it turned out fine in the end. I'm going to turn so you can see this in the sun and try to fix my ombre. It is not the best, so I apologize, but you know what? No one's perfect, and I'm definitely not perfect. So here's what it looks like. It actually didn't turn out too bad. I have that little blemish there. I'm going to actually end up covering that with my stickers later. I am using this fine glitter named Platinum from the Glitter Craze. I'll list this below. I'm going to take some Mod Podge and paint on the centers of my cheetah print. I wanted to hand paint these with the glitter because I want my centers to be glittery. And sometimes I'll do this after I lay down the spots and then put the glitter centers in, but this one I was doing a little different of a cheetah print, and it turned out so pretty I don't think I'll ever do it a different way. So you just need a brush. You can do any size cheetah print for this. I kind of went with a medium size using a small brush, and I'm just going to kind of haphazardly put down my spots all through the cup. As I'm dabbing my paintbrush, you'll see that I'm kind of going into different directions just to have a little bit of variety. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Just go with what you feel is right. Mod Podge dries fairly quickly. I'm doing a fairly thick layer because I want the glitter spots to kind of be a little 3D, if that makes sense. And it turns out just pretty. I'm going to actually do the cheetah print on the whole cup, or actually do this glitter portion on the whole cup, and I'm going to cover part of it with flowers so that won't have the black part of the cheetah spot. But I didn't really have it mapped out yet where I was going to lay my flowers, so I just went ahead and glittered the whole area. You'll see that there's fallout there on the edges, and that's fine. Once that Mod Podge dries completely, I'll go in with my brush, I call it my glitter brush, and just brush off all that excess. There was something satisfying about doing this part of the cup. I don't know why. This was a really fun tumbler to make. I've seen pictures of other artists making this tumbler, and I just wanted to try it. It's such a pretty design, and I will definitely be making these in the future. I'd love to try them in all different colors, different color combinations, different types of flowers. I'm ready. I'm loving spring right now, so I want to do all the bright, pretty colors and incorporate all those into my tumblers. So I'm just having a good time with that. Once you place all your spots on here, you do want your Mod Podge to dry completely before you brush off that excess glitter. And I'm going to speed this up here, and I'll let you watch this. So after this dries and I brush off that excess glitter, I'm going to go in with the Rustoleum 2 times clear finish and spray those spots down really well so that I don't get any traveling of my glitter when I epoxy this. And after that Rustoleum, the clear spray does dry, here it is, I am going to layer of resin. So this is after my first layer of resin has cured fully. And I found these watercolor flowers. I just looked them up on Google. I just Googled watercolor flowers and I printed them on my printable vinyl. My print and cut doesn't ever really work. I can never get my registration lines to work correctly. Plus I end up getting more to a page if I just print them out myself and then cut them by hand. And so I cut them by hand and I'm just going to lay them here on the tumbler. I'm going to go kind of in a swirl, like a swirl pattern. That's kind of my go-to. I'm always doing swirls, but I wanted that to lay down over that area of the cup where the spray paint dripped, and that first flower covered it nicely, so I didn't have to worry about it anymore. So I'm just taking different colored flowers and layering them on. I started off with the larger flowers first, and you'll see here I'm riding the struggle bus, trying to get that vinyl backing off. Do any of you have issues getting your backings off of your vinyl, your printable vinyl stickers? Yeah, well, I cut out a lot of me struggling with that. So I'm just laying these out, and no random, or in just a random pattern. I never really map it out. I just go with it. I'm very spontaneous like that, but I'm going to lay them out until so they're visually pleasing, and layering as I go. I'm going to go from the bottom to the top, and I actually add a little bit to the very bottom just to have it continue down there. It looks like I'm covering most of that darker teal color, so the spots that are being covered are not going to have the black vinyl cheetah print spots, because obviously they're being covered by flowers. And that's why I'm going in with my flowers first before the cheetah. These flowers are so pretty. I wish I could paint like that. I guess I've tried with watercolors before. They're just it's a learning process. This cup was so fun to make. I don't know what the combination of the spray paint under epoxy that just looks so creamy and pretty, and then the watercolor flowers, and then the cheetah print. They're just, oh my gosh, I love this cup. So I'm going to let you guys watch this process, and hopefully you're enjoying yourself. So here you see me, I'm overlapping the flower on the bottom and wrapping it around that corner. And if you just make a little slit and then tuck one end under the other, it'll lay nicely. And you won't be able to tell that it's there, the line's there, once you epoxy it. So now I'm going to put my cheetah spots on, the black portions. I just printed off this cheetah print that I had from my Cricut design space, one that I found that I liked. And I kind of sized them to match the size of my dots, the centers that I made. I think they're about 3/4 of an inch long, and I just kind of went with it. I'm just going to lay these spots down wherever it's visually pleasing in different ways, and I'm perfectly fine if the spot kind of hangs outside of the black dot. It's more of an abstract look, and I really love the look that these cheetah spots have once it's finished. It's a very, it has a lot of depth to it. If you hear noise, my husky, my dog, is going crazy with her toy. She's in a spazzy mood, so she's playing with her toy. So I'll let you watch me apply these cheetah spots, and we'll go from there. So those spots were all laid down, and I went ahead and put another layer of resin on, and this is the next day. And here I'm showing you that I already started to practice with these markers. I wanted to make sure that they worked okay. So I have two white markers that I'm going to draw kind of like an abstract outline of each flower. And I end up using that big one is a chalk marker, and it worked really well underneath the red once I epoxied over it. The other one is a white paint marker that I purchased at Michael's, I believe. I'm really sorry that this is out of focus. I was having technical difficulties. So that that chalk marker put out a lot of paint at first, so I'm just going to start over. And I had to draw very lightly with this marker because I didn't want too fat of a line, but I liked the flow of it. So I'm going to go over it. And just a disclaimer, the video you're watching is the first try I did of these markers and the outline, and I didn't really like it at first. So I went ahead and I took a little bit of rubbing alcohol and washed it all off. It's the beauty of doing a layer of epoxy before this portion. And then I kind of sat on it a day and thought about it, and I looked at it and I thought, you know what, it does need the white outline. So the pictures you're going to see here in a little while are when I did the second time of the white outline, if that makes sense. And the second time I went through with a thinner marker, and I ended up liking it. I'm on the fence. I liked it either way, but I think that the white outline did add a little something. And here's the portion. This is what I kept. This is with the the thinner marker, and this is after a layer of resin on top of that paint marker. I think it turned out really pretty. So don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged if you make a mistake. Just wipe it off and try it again. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making this tumbler. I hope you learned a new technique and learned from my trial and error. Thank you so much for watching my videos. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts. If you decide to make this tumbler, I'd love to see your photos. Happy crafting, everyone. Have a beautiful day.